And welcome here to the stream. Our pregame show today is brought to you by South Padre Island, Feria Motors, and TSC College. It's La Feria taking on Hondo, the Bobcats taking on the Lions. And well, I heard the whistle, so I started my clock. I'm not trying to be behind this game. So the clock starts on that whistle, and the refs are out there. So the refs aren't wasting no time. They're standing there, hanging out, and then another whistle to get the Harlingen and Santa Maria game going. But our game right now is on here at the North Field. So La Feria with the first possession of the game. And so let's just restart my clock because I heard another whistle, right? And reset, start. So La Feria, first possession, the Lions on the 7-on-7 matchup. It's a good matchup here. Two varsity teams going at it. Two teams in close districts, right? The La Feria side of 4A school, and then Hondo in the 3A ranks, but a bigger 3A school, D2. So, and then back in the day, 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, these teams were in district together. La Feria again with first possession. They complete the ball and move the ball down the field right now. Lions trying to get the play in here. The sun is coming down pretty heavy, and see how that is moving forward, right? Lions looking to pass. Looks, delivers over the middle. It's incomplete. Last game we saw Harlingen South Orange team defeat Santa Rosa 18-0. Interesting to see how this game goes. On second down for the Lions, they got a first down on the gain. And the first down throw was incomplete. Now it's second down. Lions will come out at a empty backfield. No, there's actually a running back in the backfield here. Usually it's an empty set. That's interesting to see here. Maybe it's a dump off pass chance. And then now they motion a man to the left side, and he goes on the line of scrimmage. Now another motion. A lot of motions here in between the snap. Looks to deliver. Caught there on the boundaries. A little dump off pass. Enough. Let's see here. For a first down. No. It's not. Or Hondo will take over on downs. So they're trying to dump it off for that first down gain, and it came up empty. So they didn't pick up a first down. That was third down to go, and complete pass, or a complete pass came up short. Now the Bobcats of Hondo will have a possession. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Our game today is brought to you by South Padre Island, also by the Feria Motors, and by TSC College there in Brownsville. The JUCO school. Passing play for the Cats. Looks right. Delivers. A little 5-yard completion. Goes for another 3-4 yards. Maybe give them 8 yards on the reception. Passing play. Delivers. Incomplete pass. Bobcats rolling out, right side, delivers. A nice catch down the sideline. And I believe it's a touchdown. Let's see the replay for you guys at home, folks. Nice reception here. Look at the pass down the boundaries there. And yeah, they tagged him just short of the pylon. So first and goal to go for the Cats of Hondo. An incomplete pass there, no good. Second down coming up. So this event, 7-on-7 event here at Victor Park, is put on by the Harlingen Parks and Recreation for the community, right? For the kids and not just Harlingen, the local areas around all come here. San Benito, Santa Maria, La Feria, both Harlingen schools are here. Just to name a few schools, right? Bobcats on their first drive, trying to go down the field and score. Punch it in here. Delivers back of the end zone for a touchdown. So the Cats on the board first. On the replay you see, it's back of the end zone here. I believe it's the receiver on the right side of the screen. A deep slant route for the touchdown. .60, trying to go for an extra point here. So an extra point is 5 yards out. A 2-point conversion is 10 yards out, so that's obviously a 5-yard conversion chance. And there's the extra point. It's good. 7-0 is our score as the Bobcats strike offense.
It means a lot to me. TSC has changed me to make me realize that I can accomplish things. Just don't give up. I've come a long way from where I was to what I am now, and there's no limit to where I'm going.
Give your little one the best.
Yeah, welcome back here. Last commercial brought to you by TSC College. Lions, a nice little completion there. Their opening drive was stalled out. Not able to do anything with that drive, so the Lions' second drive here trying to answer a score by the Bobcats. Shotgun here. 7-on-7 really all summer. In the past we've gone up to the north side of Texas, right, above Austin, and Georgetown, and gone to the Austin area for 7-on-7, but that's state 7-on-7. That's the state qualifiers, and that takes place in the valley, the state qualifiers, and then you have the state championships in a sense, and that's up north. Hopefully you get to go summer. Hopefully it's an active summer for RSLN. The complete pass there, is that a turnover? Yeah, I believe it is. Turnover on downs. So back-to-back possessions, that's this line offense, not able to do anything. And this matchup, I want to say it's a rivalry matchup in a sense, like La Feria and Mercedes, or Hondo and like a Santa Rosa playing. But it is two teams that are respected in their conference, or their district, excuse me, and respect for one another. You know, Hondo not too far from La Feria, 8 miles away from Harlingen, and that's not far at all. Both these teams, of course, see each other on the hardwood. It's 7-on-7 action here as these routes are being perfected. Here's a pass over the middle. It's caught. Big yardage on the play. Replays today are brought to you by Southpaw Drive-In. On the right side, you see the replay. It's a simple go route over the defense's head, and the defense gave up a big play, allowing the offensive player to get behind the defense. Here's the play, and you see the defender trailing the receiver there. This first half ticking through halfway mark in the first half, excuse me, is almost here. Delivers right side. And for a touchdown, no signal yet. I believe, let's see the replay. See if we can see if he caught it. Either he's short or there's a touchdown. we'll see here. Well, I'll be able to tell after this play if it was a score. I think it was a good diving attempt on the snag. Here's the play. A little out route completion there. Well, that's definitely a touchdown and an extra point. Yep. 14-0 is our score. Here's the replay again. Again, replays are brought to you by South Padre Island. The diving snag over the middle here. Right there. There's a touchdown. 14-0, Hondo doing some work here in game number 2 of the day. And Lions, well, two drives, no scores. They went 2 turnovers on downs, and they're trying to do something here that maybe cut into this lead and keep this game manageable as far as the comeback's concerned. Because if this gets to 3 scores, that's tough to come back from because you got time of possession to deal with, and then limited possessions here in the 7-on-7 action. Passing play right side, it's complete. So what the Lions can muster it up here. Feria with the possession, waiting to get the snap going. Looks to pass, looks left, a zig route, I believe that was. Let's see the replay. I'll be able to see what type of route that was. Something going on with the whistles. Let's see that route. I'm interested to see if it was a zig. See the motion, man? No, just a little. I would call him a running back. He can also be the receiver in motion. I can't really tell if he's on the line of scrimmage, right? Do have some time here to show you the replay again. See the motion man here? Is he on the line of scrimmage? I don't think he is, so I'll call him a running back. You see he goes about 6 or 7 yards vertical and then cuts. So not a zig. I'll call it a 7-yard and out, maybe. Right, from the running back position. Now it's an empty backfield with 5 receivers set. Delivers over the middle. That's one-on-one coverage for a touchdown. Yes! Throws it over the left shoulder of the defender and makes the catch. Here's another replay. And this Feria team going quick on the no-huddle offense. Again, they're huddling up here, so we do have time to show replays in between plays. Look at this dot over the defense. No, it looks like he's just short of the end zone. Nice throw and catch there by the quarterback, and the hook up with the receiver. Looks left all the way, delivers left, and completes it. In the end zone. Now, things can happen, right? You can have a touchdown, right? We think it's a touchdown on the scoreboard, but sometimes the refs call it off and say, no, it's 7 seconds. He took too long to throw the ball. Something like that happens. We'll see what happens moving forward, right? An empty backfield, looks to pass. Delivers in the end zone. There's a score. And finally it's punched in. I saw the touchdown signal, so I'll put 6 points on the board and extra point pending. Now for sure we know it's a touchdown, right? And Feria finally on the board here. 6 points for them. Now the extra point pending for them. So the Feria going scoreless. They're opening 2 drives, and now they get on the board, cut into that deficit. Hondo 2 for 2 on their drives with 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. Extra point coming up here. It's still waiting. And then they finally get it off. That's good. 14-7 is their score, and La Feria on the board now. Back after this.
BISD's Pre-K3 and Pre-K4 programs. At BISD, 3 and 4-year-olds develop fundamental skills that pave the way to lifelong success. With quality educators, access to the latest technology, and free nutritious meals to fuel the day, our young minds explore and learn in exciting new ways. Enroll your 3 and 4-year-old today at Brownsville ISD, the best choice.
Kenny Perez came.
Well, that last commercial was brought to you by BISD, Independent School Districts. We talk about the Brownsville area, the school districts over there, and a good big shout out to the school districts, right? Multiple districts. Yeah, Brownsville Vets, Brownsville Hannah. And that's halftime, folks. Yeah, halftime. So again, moving forward, I'm doing 16-minute halves because obviously this is the third half in a row where my clock has been off by 4 minutes. So it takes us to a halftime show. Remember, our halftime show is brought to you by South Padre Island, Luke Feria Motors, and TSC College. It's Hondo leading 14-7 at the break. We'll see who gets first possession in the second half. Maybe the Feria gets first possession and comes out with a chance to either tie or take the lead, right? 2-point conversion. But again, finish my thought. You got the Brownsville Vet School, Hannah, Rivetta, Lopez, and Brownsville Pace as well over there. Also Brownsville Jubilee. Not in the BISD districts, but a school in Brownsville. We'll give a shout out to the athletic department over there at Brownsville Independent School Districts for allowing us to stream in the past and sponsoring us at the end of the day, right? Helping us keep this platform free. If you'd like to sponsor, reach out to RealSportsLive at Gmail and send us an email. And football season right around the corner here, and it'll be here in no time. August fast approaching, and everyone loves football, and football season is a big deal in the state of Texas. So if you want to sponsor, give us a shout out. Reach out to us on our Gmail. Reach us on socials, on Instagram, also on Facebook. It's the halftime show. We'll take a commercial break. Again, our halftime show is presented by South Padre Island, Luke Feria Motors, and TSC College.
At Kenny Perez Law, we won't stop fighting until our clients get what's rightfully theirs. We're right by your side, no matter what. Call Kenny Perez Injury Lawyers today, 956-999-1111.
It wasn't much of a commercial break, right? We'll try to get commercials in between downs and in between drives here. Here's a passing play, and it's Hondo with the first possession on a go route, misses the receiver, and an empty chance there. As you had the receiver beat, but just couldn't connect deep over the top. Hey, if you're watching, give us a shout out, and we'll give you a shout out. Little dump off pass here. This Hondo team, we've seen them in action on the stream last game. We were here Tuesday, and they did a good job. They just felt a lifer in a good contest, but I'm going to try to get a win here today over at La Feria. So I put 16 minutes on the clock. Let's see if my clock matches the official's clock and my game, or my half ends like the officials half ends. I'm trying to be accurate, right? Passing play, fakes the pass, and then as soon as he delivers a touchdown throw, it's called back, no good, and there's a flag, not just a, I believe it was a holding call, but there's a flag, and then the whistle blows the play dead. 7 seconds, took too long to throw the ball. That extra pump fake also we're looking at is just a second too long. So you got to deliver that sharply, quickly, and not really pump fake after a rollout. You don't have time to, is what I'm trying to say, right? So if Feria gets a stop, a chance for them to tie, and it's 14-7, right? Feria down by 2 scores at one point. Not anymore. Not anymore. The opening 2 drives came up empty, and the boys in maroon will try to score. So at one point, 7-on-7 action, you were able to run at the quarterback position, but only if you're blitzed. And obviously you don't see anyone blitzing here in this 7-on-7 event. Not saying you can't blitz. It's just like, it's kind of like a cause and effect. Like if someone's blitzing me, I can run as a quarterback, right? But again, you're not seeing that here. Maybe defenses, either two things, defense are playing it safe, right? Not blitzing, or you're not allowed to blitz. Feria missing a chance through on that route, the slant route. We see a lot of slant routes today, and usually the slant routes we're seeing is one slant route inside receiver, and then the outside receiver also doing a slant route, but a little deeper route to throw over the top, because you have defense coming in on the safety spots and or free safety as well, and sometimes they get sucked in on the first slant, and then you throw it over the top as the corners are in man. That's what you see a lot here in 7-on-7 action. You see a lot of man-to-man matchups, and then over the top you have the zone coverage by the free safety and the strong safety, right? And you beat that by the 2 route. A lot of times it's trips, but you can just do a twin set, right, and suck that zone coverage inside, and you throw over the top. You can do that down the sideline. But you got to get that safety to come in on the first route. That's the big deal. Here's another replay coming up, guys. And then you got man coverage, one-on-one coverage, right? That was a nice catch there along the boundaries, and that's what we saw in that replay. We'll show the replay again. Moving forward. And actually lost yardage on the reception there. Show you the replay here. Nice catch there, and you see him get tagged before he got to the end zone. So it's completion on that last throw. I believe he lost 2 yards, right? He motions the man right side to running back just right next to him in the backfield. Now he motions again. A lot of motions in this set by Feria. You usually don't see that. A lot of times you just see players coming out in a 5 receiver set and everyone running their own route. Call that all verticals, right? Just go deep. Well, of course, you can break off those routes and do a zig route, 5 and in or 5 and out. Me personally, I like to do trips left. You got a slant route coming in over the top at about a 15 and in. And then the receiver to the closest to the quarterback, he'll run like a little drag route in a sense, and you can always run something like that. See what Feria goes to here. It's an empty backfield and a 5 receiver set. Feria looking to answer. Big play here coming up. It's either a tie game, pending the extra point, right, or Hondo holds here on this down. Delivers corner, end zone. showing you guys a lot of replays. Hope you guys don't mind these replays. And that ball sails incomplete, and the Feria running out of chances here. Looks to roll left. Does that. On the move. Give him 6. Nicely done. Show you guys that replay. So right here you see the replay. It's the first time we've seen the quarterback roll out like that. And then a little push off. Why not? Give him 6 points. So this is a big extra point here as the Feria is looking to tie this ball game up. And the extra point, no good. And that's big because Hondo connected on both of their extra points. It's 14-13. Hondo's hanging on now here in the second half.
The standard of excellence has always been Cadillac, so be iconic and drive one. Free your Cadillac, Brownsville, Texas.
Rev up your future with Texas Southmost College.
Welcome back to the stream. And last commercial brought to you by Feria Motors. Make sure to join us on our weekly show at Feria Motors in Brownsville, Texas for Talking Sports every Wednesday. Bobcats looking not just to win, they're looking to add to this lead and shut the door on this comeback bid for La Feria. There's a good job. Maybe a one-play drive. Let's see. I don't see a signal. I think it's a touchdown, everybody. Here's the replay. Here, looks. Then on a pump fake after that, he delivers, and then a shifty move inside for the touchdown. I'm going to just be sure of that, right, and see if it is a touchdown. This play will tell me yes or no. Bobcats talk about answering. After giving up 2 scores unanswered, they go down the field on a one-play drive. And there's a signal. 21-13. Cats lead the Lions, and the Lions need to go quick. They're down a score, right, and a 2-point conversion. Needs to go down, make it 21-19, and then 2-point conversion from the 10-yard line will tie us up. That's what has to happen. Bobcats are leading it. Oh, no good. Almost an interception there as 2 players came, collided, and made a stop. Lions running out of time here. This clock ticking away in the ball game. Looks to pass. Delivers. A little zig route, or excuse me, a slant route is complete. So we've seen Feria take these little dump-off passes on those opening two drives, and, well, that resulted in a turnover on downs. A lot of time off the clock here. Feria needs to go quick. Looks to pass. Does that. And that ball caught along the boundaries. First down, the official says. Passing play over the middle. It's caught for a touchdown. So here it is, a 2-point conversion. We talked about it before this drive even started. It's 10 yards out, and it's tough. It is really tough because, for one, that's a lot of yardage you got to pick up for a 2-point conversion. Let's see, be exact, right? Is it 10 yards out, or is it 5 yards out? It definitely looks like 10 yards to me. Or I can be wrong. It can be a 5-yard conversion for 2, and then just maybe 2 yards for an extra point. Intercepted? No, it's caught. Feria ties it up. 21 up, and look at that. It's a tie ball game, and after Feria down 14-0, they've outscored Hondo now 21-7. So now Hondo, they had a one-play drive last possession. They're trying to do that, and with time winding down, they need a score if they want to win the ball game today. You see that whistle blow. Let's get going. All right, let's get this 2-minute offense. This is a good game situation where Hondo go into a 2-minute package. Dump off pass, that's a completion, and he falls down, he's going to be marked down. So you got to see the no huddle offense here in effect. That's what we're seeing here. They're getting the play in quickly as time's dwindling down. We're down to a minute on my clock, and I think I'm accurate because look how quick they're moving. But Feria, they weren't in a sense of a hurry because, well, they had a lot of time, right? Hondo with a minute left. Another dump off play. These can be effective because it's yak yardage after that, and there it is, a little dump off play. And a timeout, right? So definitely running out of time. Definitely, we see that. Here's the replay on the right side. I think he marked. See the catch? It wasn't much of a catch. It was the yardage after the catch that was trouble. So time ticking. It's a running clock situation. That falls incomplete. Aggressive there on the boundaries. This game ends in a tie. Yes, it does. 21-21. Give them one more play, maybe. But nope. Officials said tie ball game. Yeah, Feria's pumped up, right? They tied the game. They're down 14-0. So they're going to flip a coin for overtime? Let's see. Or flip a coin for the winner. No, this has to be overtime. Yeah, I think it is overtime. I don't know the overtime rules. We'll see. Let me go ask a gentleman here. just got one of the officials tell me, he's like, overtime is how it works. You get 4 downs, and whatever's decided is decided. And look at that, La Feria's first play, they go for a touchdown on the very first play of overtime. How about that? Yeah, wasting no time. La Feria returning the favor to Hondo. 1 play drive. Yeah, he's in. He's in for a touchdown. So now, extra point pending, right? It's Hondo's turn. The pressure's on them in overtime, because again, they only get 4 plays in this overtime frame. So yeah, the pressure's on Hondo, right? To score in 4 plays. So you got to go length of the field in 4 plays. That's tough. So the good thing for Hondo, right, is the extra point was no good, maybe? Let's see. Oh, he didn't get in. So if he didn't get in, I thought he was in by a mile, but no luck there, right? So that's first down, second up. This is third down if he didn't get in. So again, I'm just trying to do my best to see what I can see here from my vantage point. Put 21 on the board here. We'll see what's going on. Looks like he's just short of the marker. Third down. Incomplete there. Now it's 4th down. Can the Lions score on 4th down? Let's see. He has to be about a yard out, right on the pylon. And that's almost intercepted. So, let's see. Is that the last play? Yes. So, yeah. No touchdown. How about that? But, I mean, they did go, like, really far down the field, so maybe that can be a factor. So what we're looking at here is, so there's no points, right? Nobody scores, right? The Feria wins because of the yardage they gained. All the way down the field they drove and just came up short. So that can be a factor. Like, hey, so right now, if Hondo doesn't do anything, La Feria wins this game.
Give it to you. So do we do a wrap up? Okay. Do we do a wrap up? Yeah. Okay. Do that right there.
Still waiting here. I'll put a point on the board just so we can see who's winning, right? I know La Feria is winning because of yardage gained. See, they're going for the end zone there. La Feria. I think they just won the ball game from the body language I'm seeing. Unless we're Hondo's down to the final play, right? That can be a thing too. Third down here. Excuse me, fourth down coming up. And that is the ball game. Feria is going to win in overtime, folks. That's going to do it for the postgame show. Our postgame show is brought to you by South Padre Island, Luke Free Motors, and TSC College. That was a good game, right? Well, Feria wins in overtime. I just put 22 on the board just so we know, hey, Feria had a better drive, and that was the reason they won. They didn't score, but the yardage gained on that drive was the difference. That's going to do it for this game. We're going to switch over to the South Field and stream the final game of the evening as Harlingen High will be...
And there's a touchdown pass. We got the first touchdown of the day. Very good. That's you. 6 errors are still.